to Globe scientists and the greater Globe community. But of course, it costs a pretty penny, a pretty pound, a pretty US dollar. It costs a lot of money. And to explain how we can help as far as fundraising and to assist in raising the funds necessary to allow students to take advantage of this opportunity, we're joined by three personalities who will provide us with the information. We have Mr. Henry Saunders, who is the president of Globe Partner Trinidad and Tobago, also has responsibility for Latin America and the Caribbean. He's the gentleman in the middle of our trio. We also have with us Daryl Reed, who is a musician, who is a parent of one of the students of Brazil Secondary School, who are looking to take advantage of this opportunity. And we also have Ms. Petra Berman, who is the president of the PTA of Brazil Secondary. Good morning to you all. Thanks for being here on time so that you could come in a bit earlier this morning to be part of our discussion in the first hour of our morning edition. So, Mr. Saunders, first and foremost, let's let our audience be aware of exactly what is happening here. What is this opportunity? Are we talking about students of the Brazil Secondary School getting a chance through the Globe program to visit Ireland? Is that what it's all about?
Well, in the Trinidad context, yes, it is. But there is also a school from Tobago that is also planning to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
And but I'm hoping to get some information. The economic situation in Trinidad is influences. As a matter of fact, two schools from Tobago had planned to go to Ireland, but I was told that one is good. Now, the whole idea I see on the screen. GLOBE is an acronym for Global Learning and Observations to Benefit the Environment. So environment is already, it's an environmental education program which is hands-on.
Right.
Now, Brazil Secondary has been involved in this program for a little over 10 years. And they have attended two, what is called Globe Learning Expedition. And these expeditions are done every 4 years. The last one was held in India. 2014. Brazil was there.
Right.
I attended that one also. And the one that we have now is in 2018, and it's in Ireland.
Yeah.
And if you understand, a memorandum of understanding was signed for Trinidad and Tobago to participate in the GLOBE program. And one of the important aspects of it, I think the
signed by who?
By the government of Trinidad. Dr. Adish Nanan signed on behalf of Trinidad on the 16th of July 2016.
Right.
Not 1996.
Right.
So we have been in GLOBE for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And in that memorandum of understanding, there are two aspects. The aspects of GLOBE International, what their responsibility is, and the responsibility of the participating organization, the Ministry of Education being the driver of the program in Trinidad and Tobago. And it says very clearly that once the government of Trinidad and Tobago in the Ministry of Education is supposed to provide funding for the representatives from Trinidad and Tobago to attend the annual yearly meeting. So they shouldn't be struggling and looking for money for that.
But in the difficult economic circumstances where other things have to be prioritized.
I have no problem with that.
Right.
Okay? Definitely the learning expedition, that is the responsibility of the government also. They are supposed to fund the teachers and the students who are attending that. Now, Brazil, as I said, has attended two of these.
Yes.
And they got not a cent from government.
Right.
They had to raise it themselves.
Has there been any communication with the Education Ministry about this?
Well, maybe the PTA should be good.
Okay,
I'm aware of what has transpired to date.
All right. Well, and also we should mention that we want to talk about a couple of events that are going to be happening to help raise funds for the exercise. But before we get to that, let me bring in, as you intimated, the PTA president of the Brazil Secondary School, Petra Berman. Ms. Berman, thanks for joining us. What exactly is the situation as far as funding from government via the Ministry of Education for this particular venture?
Well, I was made to understand that government has said that they would not be able to facilitate because of the economic stresses at the moment. However, we do have the Green Fund. I mean, you know, something could be done, even from corporate. And we have to remember that we are an island. Key changes are happening in our environment, globally as well. And what, you know, the sea levels are rising. We are seeing things happening all along the south coast and even the east coast. And it is crucial that we do, our children are our future, and they are the ones that will inherit, and their children's children, and what are we going to leave for them. And I think if we do, where they put a little more emphasis on the environment too, I mean, it falls in the curriculum, and we'll be a bit more responsible as a nation.
How many children, if there is the funding, how many children are scheduled to go?
4 children.
4 children scheduled to make the trip.
And 2 adults.
And 2 adults. So the question that I'm sure many people will be asking, what is the benefit of this program as you see it? Why is it that the government, even in these difficult economic circumstances, via the Ministry of Education, should be able to source the funds when there are many other pressing issues like teachers being laid off, university professors being laid off at UTT and so on? Why should the Education Ministry make an effort to source the funds to assist these students? What is the benefit of this program?
The benefits, there are many benefits. One of them is that, okay, with all of these laying-offs, we can go environmentally, be environmentally conscious and help like recycling, and so there are other, we could put people in those areas. They could get, how do you say, new jobs. We could create something. I mean, children are willing. They have a lot of brilliant ideas, and they're doing a lot of things to help in that regard. And remember too, it's NASA based, so it's a global event. It's a global coming together of brilliant minds, and they're bringing the children from that. So we have other things like ourselves. You know, we could do so much. Even I am in the fashion industry, and we can use from the recycling aspect, because look at the plastics, and so we could do something to help change, because we are manufacturing. Couldn't we manufacture something else from the reusables? You know,
I suppose the question that will be asked, and I'll bring Darrell Reed into the discussion, because you are a parent of one of the children who have been selected to make the trip, if there is the funding. How would you respond to those who would say 4 children ain't going to make a difference to the attitudes towards the global issues and environment and sea level rise and climate change and so on? How beneficial was the trip in India 4 years ago? Did that translate into anything positive either for the school or more environmental awareness? How would you respond to all that skepticism?
Well, since my daughter has joined the program, and first she just mentioned she's involved in a club in school and in environment and so on, and they're collecting data. But as she progressed, I saw the excitement, the enthusiasm that she came home with, and it started to affect what happens at home. You can only use your Trini living every day, and certain things they just take for granted as normal, simple things as plastic bags. They had a drive at one of the local supermarkets, and you know, and there was she had this enthusiasm, you know, we need to stop using these plastic bags, you know, we need to, because they affect the environment, you know, simple things like that. And you know, even last night I was looking at, even when we release balloons or plastics into the air, what it does to the environment, the fish, and so on, and that sort of things, and things that you take for granted, you know. And here my daughter was schooling me on those little points, and something that would be very beneficial for us here in Trinidad and Tobago, where we take a lot of things for granted, like the environment, thinking that, you know, it's going to be okay, and it's not, you know. So from I see this as a project that really has, you know, give me as a parent some eyesight in the way, you know, we could really do this a little differently, and I think it will impact, you know, tremendously for all the households here in Trinidad.
You probably need a lot of those
Yes.
4 students and others from Brazil Secondary to talk to those people who are making a whole heap of noise about the massive 50-cent plastic bag thing and all of the apparent outrage that is being created by that. But Mr. Saunders, you want to make a point?
Yes. Maybe directed the question. That question should have been directed to me, because I've been an educator for almost 48 years. The GLOW program, because it's hands-on, it embellishes the delivery of the school curriculum, so that all levels in the school curriculum, the activities, the hands-on activities, not the rote learning. Students learn by doing. And the GLOBE program lends itself to that.
I understand what you're saying, Mr. Sonner, but
But in terms of translating that,
but what I'm trying to get at is, you've been an educator for what, 48 years?
Yes.
What is the net effect of all that education as far as environmental awareness in our society today?
Sadly, it hasn't been.
So it's failed.
Yeah, but it's not failed because of me.
I didn't say it wasn't because of you. I'm saying that the system has failed and you are part of the system.
Yes.
And therefore...
But I've done my part.
No, I'm not, you've done your part. But what I'm getting at, and I don't want to be... But what I'm saying is that... I'm just trying to take the perspective of those who will be saying that this is a very good program. It's a fantastic opportunity. It's a brilliant idea. But isn't it going to be a situation, Ms. Bergman, that I can bring in the discussion, that you're going to have bright young people, bright young minds who went to India and came back, and we were bright young minds who think, if hopefully we need to talk about the fundraising venture before time runs out on us, before we forget about that. But at the end of the day, these young people are just going to come back, if they come back from Ireland, frustrated by a country that places no value on environmental awareness.
True, but we also have to make these key areas. We have to create, I mean, we are a creative society, we are a manufacturing society. Why not hone our skills in that department? We could revolutionize, we could change. I know that the Tunapuna Regional, they have the dump site in Aripo. They're doing a lot for the recycling aspect, even the solid waste management people. However, we could do more.
Well, let's talk about the events that are happening to assist in raising funds. What is happening in that regard?
Well, we're having an exhibition in July 2nd to the 8th. It's an art group, 5 of us, and part proceeds is going towards the Brazil Secondary School. Well, initially we had hoped to buy a couple containers to build a food nutrition wing. However, the GLOBE students, they actually need funds, and this would be actually coming out a little later than we had hoped.
Right.
But we are having they have a card, it's like 99, are still out, and we still don't know how far we have gotten with the fundraising for that. We are hoping that...
What do people... Okay, let me give the... Let's take it step by step. Let me give the information on the art exhibit that's going to be happening. It's entitled Memoirs. It's going to be opening on the 2nd of July. It's going to be at the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago at the corner of Jamaica Boulevard and St. Vincent Avenue at Federation Park. You can call 667-0539. That's 667-0539. Opening on the 2nd of July. Will continue on Tuesday the 3rd to Friday the 6th, and then on Saturday the 7th and the 8th. Just so we can understand clearly, the part proceeds of this will go towards assisting the student. Is there a cut-off date? Is there a deadline by which payment has to be made for either tickets or bookings and so on,
yes,
so that the children can take advantage of this fantastic opportunity?
Yes, because right now the invitation...
When is the deadline?
Middle of June for the latest.
Yeah, the students are supposed to leave towards the end of June.
Right.
Yes.
And it means that
but this event is in July.
July.
Yeah,
Yes.
So basically it's to try to
the first week in July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore they must have the funding for the tickets and so on.
Right.
Well in advance.
Yes.
Right.
Otherwise, if you pay for the ticket late, it's much more expensive.
Sure.
Up to yesterday, tickets were $12,000.
Right.
I mean, and the cost is rising. They have booked the hotel, but it has not been paid for.
And if any business organization or maybe well-meaning individual, Mr. Saunders, would like to contribute or get more information as how they can assist the students directly, what do they have to do to contact you?
Well, I think they can contact the Brazil Secondary School. The principal is expected to be part of the team that is going to Ireland, and you can contact me at 667-1296.
And the contact information for the school, would you be able to provide us with that, Ms. Bowman?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right, well, while you're getting that information, Mr. Reid, this obviously sounds like a fantastic opportunity for your daughter. Just respond to those skeptics, and again, it's not about just being negative, but it's about someone said being real, that these are difficult economic times. You can't expect the government to find the money to pay for 4 students, as well-meaning as it might be. What benefits do you see, not just to your child, but to the school community and wider Trinidad and Tobago?
As a musician, I've been blessed and been able to see the outside world and perform on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago, and I've seen the impact that we have made culturally and otherwise, sporting, and in terms of the environment, and to know that these young girls will be involved with NASA-based stuff, and I think it offers well for the future of our country and can inspire other schools to take up, because we need to start at the foundation, which are the youths. That even though that people really may not look at it as something very, very important, is not in mainstream in terms of the environment. One school at a time, from one hostel at a time. I think it would eventually get up to where we understand that we need to pay more attention to the environment. So I see a lot that can come out of it in the future. However, again, building blocks, and small things like this. So from the trip point of view, it may just be this school for now, but as other schools get on board, we can see some real change coming in time to come.
Well, let's hope people do come on board with this idea, and the number for the school where you can reach the principal if you would like to get some more information on this venture, which, despite the skepticism, it sounds like a fantastic opportunity through the GLOW program for these 4 students from Brazil Secondary with 2 adults to travel with them. Quite obviously, there will need to be chaperones and so on. The number to call, 664-8522. That's 664-8522 for more information. And Mr. Saunders, if anyone wants to reach you directly for more information on the program, what's the number again?
667-1296.
667-1296.
And I'm from Arima, I know about the problem.
Indeed, and not forgetting, of course, the art exhibition. It might be after the fact as far as the team raising the money, but here's an opportunity as well to be able to assist these students by attending the Memoirs art exhibit from Monday the 2nd of July until Sunday the 8th at the Art Society at Federation Park, and you can get more information on that at 667-0539. Coming up towards 6:42 in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to thank our guests especially for being early enough for us to fit them into the first hour of our morning edition with our other guests, the market vendors from Arima, being stuck in traffic, and we appreciate you making the effort to be with us this morning. And let's hope that the funding is raised and that they're able to take advantage of this tremendous opportunity. We'll take a break, and when we come back after the break, we'll be chatting with the member of the United National Congress and former government minister, Dr. Boyang Tiwari, via the telephone. We'll be right back.